Here is Perp, back with another video, and I just got done watching episode 4 of Devs, a mini-series on FX, and man, this is starting to get really interesting, man. Like, I've been intrigued since episode 1. A lot's been going on, a lot of mysteries, a lot of questions have been answered in this episode, and before I get into the video, hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. If you like my content, go check out some of my other content that I have on the channel. Also follow me on Twitter at perpminded420. With all that being said, let's get right into the video, shall we? Because I don't want to waste no more of your time. There's a lot to talk about. So the episode kicks off. We see this interesting, way to open up this episode. We see Katie and Lyndon, now I know his name. Those two characters are in red, and we have Stuart in the blue, and then we have Forrest in the green, which is interesting that he's not also in the blue, which kind of means he stands out. I don't know what the symbolisms are with the whole coloring scheme at the beginning of this episode. It's very interesting. But the episode is really centering around Lily's character this time around more than ever, because not only is she trying to figure out what happened to her boyfriend, she's also a target at the same time. And I'll explain what I mean by that towards the rest of this episode review. She ends up staying with Jamie, spending the night, not sleeping in the same bed, but they are definitely rekindling, some type of feelings for each other. A little random, but, she got nobody else to turn to, and Jamie is good at what he does with the whole hacking thing, and it's been really helpful. So we just got to wait to see where that goes. It may not go anywhere because, if you saw the end of this episode, you know what I'm talking about. But continue on with the episode. Now, more on what Forrest is up to and what that machine he could do, that he's programming, is capable of doing. And he wasn't lying to the senator in the last episode where he was trying to predict the future. And, he's very passionate about it. And we get a lot of emotional moments, but he makes an interesting find that, Lily's going to die in the next 24 hours, which is really interesting. And I'm wondering if that's going to be the last episode or the second to last episode, or will they be able to change the future? It's going to be interesting because Forrest also brings something up I'll get to later on in this video. But yeah, Lily's life is in danger right now, but it'll be interesting to see if they can change the future, like I was saying. Meanwhile, we see Lily getting stalked by pretty much Kenton, because Kenton wants to make sure none of this gets out, and, she just minds her own business, while Jamie and Lily are kind of having a clash on what to do with the situation. Jamie wants her to just pretty much call the cops, but she's being hard-headed at this time. Now, I want to talk about this scene right here where Lyndon comes across something really impressive, but doesn't really impress Forrest, as Lyndon kind of cracks, or should I say, answers the question, is there a multiverse? And yes, he's able to get this old 2,000-year-old language that was spoken by Jesus Christ himself. And I'm like, damn, that's really impressive. But like I said, Forrest is not impressed by any means. He's like, that's not our Jesus, you're fired. And the kid it was definitely heartbreaking to see, because he figured this out, which is, I think, more impressive than anything. But damn, he took it to heart. Who knows what he's going to end up doing, or if that's just it for him. He had to pack up and leave. This causes Katie to kind of have a back and forth, or confront Forrest about what he did with his decision by firing Lyndon, and pretty much told him that it's kind of a mistake. And we were able to do this, and they brought up one of the memories, and it was in full color and whatnot, and this led to a very heartbreaking emotional moment, because now Forrest might end up kind of regretting his decision. But it's interesting to see that this is all about his daughter, and it doesn't matter how much money in the world you have, he just loves his daughter, and I could really appreciate that about Forrest's character. But he's definitely just in the work he does. So moving along to Lily and Kenton. Kenton is able to catch up with Lily during the episode and reminds her, you got this pretty much psychiatry test that he wants her to take to make sure she's not lying, and it comes to find out she is lying. Leads Lily to go into full panic mode and crash the car that they're driving, and she's able to get away. She ends up running off in the middle of a fucking highway, which I have a huge issue with that, but it's TV, fuck it, I guess. Which leads her to go to Jamie's house, of all houses, the obvious house, and not just beyond. So she tells Jamie, we gotta tell the cops, which is stupid, because if they're able to manipulate your boyfriend's death, what makes you think that they're not going to be able to cover their tracks even more? I felt that kind of a little sloppy, but ends up getting Lily tossed into a loony bin, so that's interesting. Meanwhile, Jamie gets left with Kenton, which, let me know in the comments below if you think Jamie is dead, or he's just going to get tortured or something like that. I think he's dead. But anyways, this was a really solid episode. We got more information on what Forrest is working on. Lily is locked up in the loony bin. Lyndon has gotten fired. Will he try to help Lily in the future? Who knows? Can they prevent Lily's death? Find out on the next episode. Until my next episode review, I will see y'all next week. Peace.
When are we going to understand that we are put on earth to love? That's all it's about. Everybody want to figure out how complicated life is and break it down. This is what I truly think. I really think that it's going to keep going on. War going to keep going on. Frustration going to keep going on. Anger going to keep going on till we finally go back down to the simplest word: love.